In this video, I'm going to show you how to start a business email so you can get any business email written in just 5 minutes. First, I'm going to tell you the truth about why business emails take so freaking long to write. Second, I'm going to tell you the biggest mistake entrepreneurs make when they're writing a business email, and I bet you've made this one before. Then I'll give you the easy 4-step process that's going to help you write your business emails super fast. And finally, I'll show you how to quickly reply to any business email that you are super stuck on, that you have left sit in your inbox for 3 days. You know who you are. I do it too. I'll show you how to get past those really fast. All right, so why do business emails take so long to write, especially if you have high functioning anxiety, you're neurodiverse, neurospicy, have ADHD, or have 1 or 900 kids? It's because you have a lot going on. Not only is there a lot going on in your life, there's also a lot going on in your brain. If you feel like at any given moment you have 2,700 tabs open in your brain, of course it's gonna take you a while to respond to an email because you have to shift from one thing to another, and then you have to read it and then think about how you reply. And if you're like me and sometimes feel a little anxious, you may even think, I have to reply and I want it to sound this way, but not this way, and also not this way, and you really overthink it. If you ever find yourself overthinking an email, just say overthinking below. I'm sure I'm not the only one who has done this. A lot of times we make these emails to be super big in our heads. So whether it's an email you're replying to or an email that you're writing, it can feel like the world is on your shoulders and it has to be perfect. And the good news is that your emails don't have to be perfect. In fact, every email that I've sent out, and this is coming from a professional copywriter who has done this for a living, for other people, for myself, I've written emails for dentists, for pet psychics, for business coaches, pretty much any industry that you can think of. And I still found myself feeling a little stuck sometimes when I was writing these emails until I started using the trick that I'm going to tell you about today. And that trick is something really simple that anybody can use, and it's using AI. Now, before you say, oh, I've tried AI, it doesn't work for me, trust me, I know. I'm going to show you how to make it work for you and remind you that even the worst email is still going to make an impact on somebody. Somebody in your audience needs to hear what you have to say. That's why they signed up for your list. Sure, it's to get a freebie, sure, it's to buy a product from you, but it's also because something that you've said has resonated with them. I can't tell you how many emails I get back from the emails that I send out that I think, I don't know if this one was a great one, or I don't even know if I should send that one. Those are always the emails I get the most replies to, from people saying, this is exactly what I need to hear today, or this made an impact on my day, or this changed how I saw something. You sending an email can have a profound impact on someone as long as you are brave enough to send it and get past that stuckness. So how do we get past that stuckness? I said using AI, so here's how you can do it. First, you're gonna come up with the topics. Now, if you're thinking, I don't even know what to write today. I've had that too, where there's writer's block, where I feel like there is literally nothing for me to say today. I have nothing to say at all. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. The world is falling around me. I get it. Sometimes it's gonna feel that way. And we need to look for an outside perspective in order to get the momentum going. And that's really where AI comes in. So if you're in that position right now, go ahead and go to ChatGPT right now. I would recommend using the most recent model, which at the time of this recording is ChatGPT 4.0. And you're gonna say, I wanna write an email to my audience, but I'm not sure what to say today. You can tell it about what's going on in your business. You can tell it what's going on for your audience. If it's a specific season, like if Black Friday is coming up, you might wanna talk about that too. But give it some ideas that you're thinking about. If you're like, Brittany, I have no ideas today, then say, I have no idea what to talk about today, but here's who my audience is. And it's gonna come up with ideas for you. So after it's come up with the ideas, give it one that you want to stick with. Say, I really like number 3, let's do an email on that. Create an outline for me. Once it's created an outline for you, you can do one of 2 things. You can answer some questions and fill it in a little bit, or you can do what I like to do, which is recording your thoughts on it via voice. If you're an external processor like me, you might want to say it out loud. So what I like to do is use a ChatGPT mobile app, click the headphones in the bottom right-hand corner, and you're just going to talk out your thoughts about this particular outline or topic. If you're not an external processor, you might just want to write your thoughts down, and that's fine too. Then you can ask ChatGPT to take the information that you shared and clean it up a little bit, make it sound a little bit more email-y. There's 4 main pieces we want to look for in the email. The first is the hook. Is it interesting? Is it compelling? The first 3 sentences of any email, that's really what's going to draw people in. If you can get them past the first 3 sentences, the chances of them finishing are much, much higher. So let's get them to the first 3 sentences with a really good hook. Now you may be thinking, Brittany, I don't really know what a really good hook is. I'll tell you what it's not. It's not saying, hey there, entrepreneur, which is sometimes what ChatGPT will give you. So when that happens, you can say, this hook really stinks. Instead of this, I want you to give me a hook like, and then give it a few examples. Examples I might say is where I start right in the middle of a story, or I talk about the benefit, how this email is going to help them right from the beginning. We want to pique their curiosity. So think about the stuff that makes you stop your scroll. Think about the stuff that makes you stop in the checkout line. What is it that's hooking you in? I'd encourage you to start paying attention to some of those things, and you'll just see how many hooks are around you at all times that are fighting for your attention. The ones that consistently get your attention, you'll start to notice some patterns. With your hook, you want to think, what's in it for them? How is this going to benefit them? At the end of the day, we want something that's going to interest them, pique their curiosity, or make them say, this is how this email is going to help me, impact me. Sometimes your email might be entertaining, sometimes it might be informative, like a how-to email, but whatever it is, we want to make it clear this is how this email is going to be a good use of your time. Step number 2 is the human side of it. So telling a story, sharing something that they may relate to. For example, at the beginning of this video, I said if you have high functioning anxiety, if you're neurospicy, those are some things that you may or may not relate to. The more things that you can put in your email that they might relate to, the easier it is for your audience to connect with you, even if they don't connect with you on everything. For example, a lot of times in my emails, I'll tell a little story about something that happened in my world today. And a lot of times that has to do with me or my kiddo, because she's obviously a big part of my world. Not everyone on my email list is a parent or wants to be a parent or has ever had any thought about being a parent, and that's okay because there's other things that I say that they relate to. So step 2, again, that's human, what connects you. I want you to try a little exercise because sometimes I think there's nothing that connects me. I just do things weird or I do things differently. I'll bet you there's something that you have in common with other people in the comments or with me. I'd like you to share in the comments 4 things that you like to do, 4 things that you're interested in, 4 things that people say about you, nice things only. So for example, for me, I might say something like, I like to play D&D, I played volleyball in school, I like to play soccer, I enjoyed watching rugby in the Women's Olympics, like whatever it is that you like, go ahead and just put a few things in the comments and let's see how you can connect with other people. And step 3 is questions. So what questions might your audience have? Now this is a really great place for ChatGPT or Claude to come in and help you. You can say, I want you to review the email that I have so far. Think about the questions or objections my audience might have as they're reading this and how can I address them? So for example, when I was writing for a company called Life After Teaching, I would share about my experience leaving teaching, getting out of the classroom, and starting my own business. Sometimes when I first started writing those emails, we would get replies back from teachers who said, must be nice, your husband must have a really rich job and you have insurance taken care of through that, must be nice for you. But that wasn't the case. We were both teachers and we both left teaching to start our business. And so that was one of the questions that I would then address in those emails. I would write my email and then at the end I would say, now I know you might be thinking, oh, must be nice, she must have insurance covered, she was able to do it because of this, this, and this. And then I would tell them, but the truth is, here's what we did instead. And so you want to think about the things that would stop your audience from taking action, which is actually the next step. Step 4, call to action. Your call to action is the step that you want them to take. So we have 4 steps: hook, human, questions, and call to action. When you know those 4 steps and you're using ChatGPT, you can get the email out a lot faster because it's not all in your head. It doesn't feel like as big of a task because you're partnering with somebody. You're using ChatGPT or Claude as your co-pilot. Now, I promise I'd also tell you what to do if there's that email that's sitting in your inbox that is just gnawing at you and saying, you need to get this done, but you just can't seem to get it done, can't seem to get it started. Here's what you're gonna do. Step 1, you're going to copy and paste it and put it into ChatGPT and say, I'd like you to help me respond to this in a way that's, now it could be conversational, professional. Maybe you have an email from somebody and it's like an angry email. Somebody's upset about something. They had a bad day, they're taking it out on you, something like that. And you think, I really wanna respond to this email in a way that's professional and not what I actually wanna say, which is get out of here, So if that's the case, let's say you have an email like that, you're gonna copy and paste it in and say, I want you to help me reply to this email in a way that's friendly and professional and also firm and steady and doesn't, let somebody walk all over me. And so then you'll have ChatGPT help you reply. You might have to make a few edits, but for the most part, you're gonna have that email done. You can copy and paste it back into your email service provider and get it sent out in the next 30 seconds. Today I've talked about 2 ways to use AI in your business. First, using it to help you write emails, and second, using it to help you reply to emails. I have a free gift for you that combines my years of experience as a copywriter and as an AI trainer, and that's 120 ways to use AI in your business. 2 ways that we talked about today are great, but they are just scratching the surface. So if you'd like to see more ways you can use AI in your business to be more effective, to get things done faster, click the link that comes with this video and get my 120-way list for free. My name is Brittany Long. I'll see you in the next video.